Now, let me just go ahead and say this up front. This isn't about politics anymore. This is about control. And Minnesota just lost it, right? Because the second Trump turned ICE back on, everything people swore wouldn't happen started happening immediately.
The great U.S. attorney up there, they came out, think of this, $9 billion, and they think that's just the beginning. They stole, think of it, in their country, they live on nothing, they have nothing. They come here and they steal $9 billion. Are we stupid? I mean, how do we allow that to happen? Ilhan Omar should be sent out of our country. She should not be allowed to be a congresswoman. She married her brother either to stay or to get him into the country. And yesterday she, I guess, made up a story. She said the police attacked her son. They stopped the car and the police said, we never attacked him. We never stopped him. It was a made-up story. She's a con person. She's full of con. She says, zero. She said, you ought to get her the hell out of our country. That's what you ought to do. She made up a story that the police stopped her son's car.
Notice something? Trump didn't whisper. He didn't hedge. He didn't apologize. He said what millions of Americans have been thinking and refusing to say out loud. And look what happens next. When leaders talk tough, reality follows. It does. So let's have a look at reality.
Are you okay?
No.
Yeah. He's not okay. He's not okay.
What happened?
They put this right in his eye.
Your dick is even smaller.
Oh my gosh. This right here, man. Yeah, man, this right here is the moment the mask, all the masks come off. Federal agents trying to leave and the mob trying to stop them. Snow on the ground, pepper spray in the air. This isn't a protest. This is resistance to law enforcement right here. I don't have anything funny to say about that. It's just simple and plain, right? And here's the wild part. They weren't shocked when ICE showed up. They were shocked when ICE didn't back down. And real quick, moments like this are exactly why I'm careful about how much my life stays public versus protected, because chaos doesn't send a warning text first.
Hold up. If you getting spam calls and random weird text messages out of nowhere, it's probably not random. And it used to happen to me all the time. And look, I run the whole YouTube channel. What I didn't know is my information was already out there. These data broker sites literally had my full name, old passwords, addresses, and even stuff linked to my business accounts. Big tech, they don't protect you. And I had to learn the hard way. And that's why I started using Aura.com, the sponsor of today's video. Aura finds where your personal info is exposed, scrubs it from data broker sites, monitor your identity 24/7, and alerts you fast when something shady is happening. It even has a built-in VPN, antivirus, and financial fraud alerts, all in one app. For real, Kingdom Reacts was at risk. This ain't just a sponsor plug. This is real. They help me lock everything down. Go to aura.com/Kingdom Reacts right now to get you a 2-week free trial. And that link helps the channel too. It's free to try, but the peace of mind, it's honestly priceless. And that's why I can no longer allow you or your family to go unprotected. Definitely click that link in the description.
Now I want you to watch how fast this spreads.
Señora, nos encontramos en la escuela de Woodbury High School, en donde vemos a decenas de estudiantes en su protesta contra redadas y arrestos aquí en Minnesota. No nos dieron la oportunidad de estar dentro del campus, esperando que ellos salgan hacia la calle. Hoy, jueves 18, wow, ya es 18 de diciembre. Es una manera de protestar de estos jóvenes. Vimos algunos que portaban alguna bandera mexicana de Woodbury High School, que van a hacer su tercera vuelta. Hace un poco de frío, pero estos muchachos siguen en protesta. Estos muchachos le están levantando la voz, no solamente por sus padres, sino por el futuro. Porque a final de cuentas, yo estoy segurísimo que hasta en California, en algún otro lado, alguna persona que haya votado por Trump ha sido detenida por ICE simplemente por su color de piel. Eso es en Woodbury High School. Aquí están los muchachos, míralos.
Yes, y'all. It's sped up, obviously, right?
Esta es la tercera vuelta. La tercera
At
vuelta
least
que
scroll
hacen
down
los
so y'all can
aquí
see
en
the
Woodbury High
caption.
School. Con su protesta.
My fault, y'all. He basically sounded like he was talking Spanish anyway. But yeah, you see the captions. The caption, my fault. Students de Woodbury High School contra ICE in Minnesota. We went from streets to schools in days. You got kids walking out of class, adults cheering them on, teachers allowing it. Now ask yourself something simple. If enforcing the law causes classrooms to shut down, right? What does that tell you about who's been running things? Really, because, when discipline disappears at the top, chaos shows up at the bottom. And if you think this is accidental, what did our goddamn Bongino teach us? Follow the money.
First of all, regarding the situation in Minnesota, and by the way, not just Minnesota, we have Somali refugees that were dumped here by Democrats in Ohio and Massachusetts. Let me just say, we should not be shocked when you import a population whose primary occupation is pirate, that they are going to come here and steal everything we have. Somalia has this giant coastline, and the only industry they have created after hundreds of years is piracy, stealing what anyone going through who has actually built something has made. So yes, the pirates have stolen all of our money, and they have to go home, Jesse. That's the situation we're in right now.
Okay, well, Tampon says you guys are after him, and it's mean and it's unfair, Miller.
So he's presided over, this corrupt, incompetent loser has presided over the largest theft of American taxpayer dollars in history. It's never been equaled before. The amount of money that's been stolen is larger than the entire GDP of Somalia. In other words, the Somalians they brought here have thefted more than all the Somalians in Somalia have ever created for themselves in all the time that has existed up until now. So there needs to be a lot of people going to jail. And I can promise you the Department of Justice is launching an investigation that is commensurate in force and in purpose with the scope, scale, size, and magnitude of this controversy.
Okay, so they just doubled their GDP thanks to Tampon. Way to go. So the commie boot camp. Sometimes we laugh at this. We see him doing sit-ups. Is that a concern to you, Mr. Miller?
Well, what's a concern to me is that we don't have a Democrat Party anymore. They still have the D in front of the name. They call themselves Democrats. We have a Communist Party, but it's actually the worst kind of communism imaginable, which is DEI communism. So it's not just we're going to redistribute your wealth, it's we're going to import massive numbers of illiterate refugees and give all your wealth to them. And we're going to give their kids the first spot in every college. And we're going to make sure their kids are the next wave of doctors who are going to butcher you when you're having a medical emergency. So we've combined the two worst ideologies imaginable. Communism and DEI is literally a recipe for national death. That is what Democrats are bringing us, Jesse.
Billions gone, not millions, billions with a big B. And suddenly the same people screaming the loudest about ICE are the very, nervous. They are very nervous about audits. They're the very same people nervous. I had to get my sentence together. They're nervous about the investigations and the questions. And it's pretty funny how that works, right? Hilarious. This outrage isn't normal. It's financial. And once trust breaks, guess what? People start looking closer.
I think I'm scared, but I'm straight up walking into every one of their stores. Yes, yes. Okay.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? You guys do money transfers?
Huh?
You guys do money transfers?
Say what?
You do money transfers?
No.
That says that on the door.
Yes, it is. So, not right now.
Not right now. Is it like an EBT thing or what?
Yeah. I do everything, yes.
Okay. You got goats?
Or goat meat?
Whole goat. I want a whole goat.
No, I don't.
All right. Hey, when's your birthday, by the way?
What?
I want to come back and give you a birthday present. It's on the 1st, ain't it?
Yeah.
1/1? You know what? I'm going to bring you a cake for that. What kind of cake you want?
Any kind.
Really? All right. I'll see you.
Okay, let me read this caption real quick because I know some of these clips. I'm like, what's really going on, man? I ain't cool. The man goes around to Muslim Somali-run businesses to check them out. These places are nothing but fronts, American Papa Bear adds. The worker says that he doesn't do money transfers to him, not right now, even though it says it on the door. He asks him his birthday, and go figure, it's January 1st. That's what he wrote. Excuse me. Now, you don't need accusations here. Just questions. Why advertise services you don't do right now? Why does everything look empty, right? Why is January 1st the birthday? I mean, it's possible, but people are just stupid. They're just tired of, well, people aren't stupid. These people stupid, thinking that we stupid. They're just tired of, people being told not to notice the patterns. And this is where it stops being local and starts being, I don't even know what to call it, everywhere.
There is a threat to our freedom that is not often talked about enough. And it is the greatest near and long-term threat to both our freedom and our security, and that is the threat of Islamist ideology. It is propagated by people who not only do not believe in freedom, their fundamental ideology is antithetical to the foundation that we find in our Constitution and Bill of Rights, which is that our Creator endowed upon us inalienable rights, the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, Charlie focused on this quite a bit. He talked about it in ways that very few others did because he understood this direct threat to freedom. When we look back to the attack on 9/11 that happened 24 years ago now, it changed so many of our lives, where thousands of Americans were killed by Islamist jihadis who attacked us on that day. And we were confronted with the reality of the lengths that they will go to try to attack the foundations of who we are as a country. It was a day that changed my life, probably like some of you in the room. It's what motivated me to enlist in the Army, to go out and to fight and to defend and defeat, to defend our freedom and defeat those who are attacking us. But when we talk about this Islamist ideology, yes, it is the ideology that fuels terrorist groups like Al-Qaeda and ISIS and Al-Shabaab and Hamas and Boko Haram and others, and they must be defeated militarily. As they continue to actively plot and try to attack us. They are a threat to our security and our safety. But this Islamist ideology is a direct threat to our freedom, because at its core, it is a political ideology that seeks to create a global caliphate that governs us here in America, threatening Western civilization, governance by Sharia law, governance by what they are calling their Islamic principles. And if you fail to comply, if you fail to adhere to this ideology, if you dare to exercise your God-given right to free speech, censorship is not what we face. They will use violence or any means they deem as necessary to silence us. If we don't take action to identify this threat, to define it, to call it out for what it is, and take action to defeat it, then we will find ourselves in a place where many European countries and countries like Australia have found themselves. Countries where you can get arrested for praying silently on the street corner, as has happened in the UK. Countries where you can be arrested for putting up a social media post that someone finds offensive somewhere. The threats from this Islamist ideology come in many forms. As we approach Christmas right now in Germany, they are canceling Christmas markets because of this threat. In places like Dearborn, Michigan, and Minneapolis, Minnesota, Islamist clerics are openly pushing this Islamist ideology, trying to recruit and radicalize young people. Earlier this year, there was a conference that was held representing organizations like the Council on American Islamic Relations, also known as CARE, which issued a call to action to use American legal and political systems to implement Sharia law. This is already underway in places. This is already underway in places like Houston. This is not something that may possibly happen. It is already happening here within our borders. Paterson, New Jersey is proud to call themselves the first Muslim city. They are working to implement in their own governments these Islamic principles that are forced on people through the use of laws or violence. The bottom line is this: when we talk about the threat of Islamism, this political ideology, there is no such thing as individual freedom or liberty. As Charlie said over and over again, it is fundamentally incompatible with our nation's foundation of freedom. And at its core, when we understand that our freedom comes from God and no one else, we understand the seriousness of this Islamist ideology threat, because it means they deny that God is the one who has bestowed this right to freedom in every one of us. So what do? We as Americans have to stand proudly for freedom and understand that a free society cannot survive if it refuses to defend itself. We don't preserve freedom of speech by canceling it. We preserve free speech by exercising it, by using more of it, encouraging more speech. We protect our Constitution by ensuring loyalty to the Constitution. We protect our democratic republic by ensuring that we, the people, elect leaders who not only believe in American values, but actually live them. Leaders who are committed to ensuring that we have a government of, by, and for the people, and leaders who most importantly put freedom and the interests and well-being of the American people first in every single decision that they make.
Tulsi, she said it clean, and that's why I hit. This isn't about race. It's not necessarily about religion. It's about ideology, an ideology that doesn't bend, doesn't blend, and doesn't coexist with freedom. And now America's finally doing the one thing it avoided for years, saying no. All right. Trump didn't create this moment. He exposed it. You know, if enforcing the law causes panic, the panic was built into the system. That's my take. If borders matter, if the law matters, if citizens matter, then this had to happen. Now, if you made it to the end of this video, I want you to write law beats chaos. Yep, it definitely does. Y'all be safe. Please go check on a friend today. You could quite literally be saving their life. Peace.